he's the leading light in Nigeria's economic firmament, and how we treat this gentleman will determine how outsiders will judge us.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has described business magnate Aliko Dangote as not just an individual, but an institution, praising him for choosing to build his wealth within Nigeria rather than overseas. Speaking at the 31st Nigerian Economic Summit in Abuja, the vice president said the billionaire's decision to invest heavily at home instead of global tech giants like Microsoft or Amazon reflects true economic patriotism.
On this note, I want to dwell on something that is very dear, a topical issue that is very dear to the heart of every Nigerian. Aliko Dangote is not an individual. He's an institution. And he's the leading light in Nigeria's economic firmament, and how we treat this gentleman will determine how outsiders will judge us. If he had invested $10 billion in Microsoft, in Amazon, in Google, probably he might be worth $70 to $80 billion by now. But he opted to invest in his country, and we owe it to future generations to jealously protect, promote, preserve, and project the interests of this great Nigeria.
Commenting on the recent fiasco between Dangote Business Group and the Organized Labor of Oil and Gas Workers, Pegasin, the vice president advocates adherence of the rule of law, especially when dealing with groups like Dangote, who have invested billions in the Nigerian economy.
I wish to call for caution, retrospection, and a deeper sense of patriotism from both the labor and the organized private sector in defining and improving the relationship between labor and industry in the interest of maintaining our steadily improving economic fortunes. It's not about holding the whole nation to ransom because of a minor labor dispute. Nigeria is greater than Pengasan. Nigeria is greater than each and every one of us.
At the summit attended by government officials, industry leaders, and economic experts, Vice President Shettima praised Dangote's immense contributions to Nigeria's industrial and economic growth, emphasizing that had Aliko Dangote channeled his $10 billion investment into global tech giants such as Microsoft, Google, or Amazon, his net worth could today range between $70 and $80 billion.
Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that was financed through a combination of equity investment, through debt finance, and loans from local and foreign banks. The refinery has to function to service the debt, and we cannot hold the whole nation to ransom for some issues that we can amicably settle across the table. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is off-the-cuff remarks, but I believe it reflects the true position of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The Nigerian Economic Summit, organized annually by the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, serves as a platform for dialogue between the government and the private sector on strategies to drive sustainable economic growth. With Dangote's name synonymous with large-scale investment and innovation across Africa, Shettima's comments reinforced the call for Nigeria to celebrate and protect its economic champions as a signal to both local and foreign investors that the nation values enterprise, excellence, and integrity.